Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Trying to get something up. Okay. Okay. Right. So, forget about your CV. Can you tell me um, any initiative you carry out in data governance that can enhance the quality of data?
Sorry, the question again.
I said, can you tell me any initiative you carry out in terms of data quality in data governance job you have done before? Bumi, can you talk?
Okay, let me just give it a try.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me the opportunity being in front of you today. Whilst in my former uh, place of work, I did carry out some data quality initiatives. And of course, as you will recall, data quality initiative is all about um, things you want to introduce in terms of that is related to data, i.e., if it's security or in areas, or if you want to introduce terms like softwares, if you want to change softwares, if you want to harmonize the different sources of software in the organization. So I was privileged to be part of the team, and I was able to introduce. I realized that the all different functional departments have different sources of softwares they use for their data analysis and all that stuff, and that is really hampering and costing the company a lot. And when I came in, I initiated that we will have to stick to one particular source of software, i.e., the BI technology, as I will put it. And we did set up a little committee among ourselves and did the trial, and we realized that a whole lot of the team were quite happy with it, and then they also realized that they must have been wasting so much of their time from one source of technology to another, and Going forward, the company adopted what I introduced in terms of the BI technologies, and I did save the company a whole lot of money, which contributed to saving a whole lot of money in financing the type of tech they were using before. And I equally, with the new technology, things were going on much more faster, and that improved the revenue base of the company. Thank you.
Okay. So what did you actually carry out? What initiative did you actually carry out?
The initiative is introducing first of all, harmonizing the different sources of where they go and get their data by introducing Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, and which they adopted. They realized that in all the other functional departments where they use SQL, some other sources of whatever that has been in place before was quite slow. And
so eventually you're trying to say you introduce a Power BI software, that to enhance the processing, they are capturing and carry out ETL and ELT.
Yeah.
Instead of using MSQL.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so basically that phenomenon is simply what? The data quality, eh?
Data quality, yeah.
Okay, initiatives. Okay, thank you. Can we have, because everyone has to do it, can we have FA, if you can talk where you are?
Give me 5 minutes if someone can go before me. Sorry.
Yeah. Can we have Tolu?
Morning, everyone.
Morning. How are you?
Very well. Sorry, I've missed a couple of trainings. I've been very busy. Yeah. So at my workplace, the initiative that I carried out was putting in place a data quality framework, because the organization did not have a framework in place. And I believe having a framework helps the stakeholders to understand what is required and what will be helpful to the organization.
Okay.
So the framework involved having like a data quality dimension. The dimension helps to measure the data, and at the long run, the quality is met, having this measurement in place. And then moving forward to a data quality threshold. The threshold is where the data is set at a percentage on how it meets that data quality. Most times, some companies just use a blanket approach. And that is what I've also used in my previous role. And then having a data quality issue log. This is very important for every organization because sometimes issues are just everywhere. But when a log is being put in place where the data quality our data steward can record the issues evolving around a particular data, this log serves as an inventory, and also for record purposes where every stakeholder can go in and find out what has happened and what has been resolved. And then moving on to the issue management process, the data quality issue management process. This is just a follow-up process to check that every stakeholder that is involved in the quality of that data has done the right thing. Finally, it's always good to have an analytics in place, which is the data quality dashboard. This helps to visualize how the data is performing within that department or wherever the issue has come from. This is my initiative that I've helped the company to develop and carry out, and it was successful. It was a success because having data issues is very deadly to any organization, because if your data is not fit for purpose, then the organization is going to run down. So it's very important to have a data that is of good quality and to be able to trust it through governance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hebumi. Thank you. That was a very good one, talking about the data quality framework you put together. Can I ask, do you use CRM system?
No, never used that.
So no, I think that's what your customer is a customer domain.
Never used ERM.
So you didn't use customer domain?
No.
Your issue log, did you do relationship model?
No, the issue log was used using the catalog tool.
Yeah. Okay. That's very good. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And you use bracket approach as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's always good if they can then ask you, the interviewer can then ask you what mark did they set it to. So instead of just giving a figure or a percentage that is not realistic, I'll just use bracket approach. That just covers the move on.
Yeah, to have the treasure to which you can say this is how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. What domain did you use? You said
customer domain.
Customer domain. That's what I said.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, I asked you that time. Yeah, I say you use customer domain. You said no before because I know it's a customer domain.
It's customer domain. Sorry.
Okay, so were you able to identify the data owner on time?
Not quite.
Okay, because you have visuals on that. What is there for me?
Yes.
So, so what did you do on that?
Having like a workshop with the
Training.
stakeholders, because you just have to keep
get more awareness. That's good.
Yes.
Training across the functional department.
Yes.
Good. And you able just especially identify some stewards?
Yes, because identifying the owners is much easier than the stewards, because the stewards are the one that do the rough job. That's the way I call it. So owners are still like the bosses for the stewards. So it's the steward that is kind of difficult to engage, because nobody wants extra responsibility, especially when there are issues with quality. And data steward, that's what they handle. Okay. They handle the fitness, and then the data owners are their like the senior managers.
Okay, what are the dimensions that you use in your domain? The dimension that you measure?
Checking the KPIs.
KPI, but before the KPI, you have the quality dimension that you're making. What I'm talking about, those dimensions can easily be found in the issue that you log in.
Yes. Yes.
Completeness?
Exactly. Completeness.
Consistency?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Other ones?
And also accuracy.
Accuracy. Okay. You know, when you're doing a presentation like that, this is a very fantastic presentation. So you come with the issues.
Okay.
You resolve. Very important. And,
okay.
That's very good. I know when you were speaking, I know you're talking about customer domain, critical dimension, CDMA. Okay. What about the rating?
What do you mean?
Critical, high, medium?
Medium.
Medium?
Medium.
Okay, so that will determine your roadmap in terms of threshold or within the time frame to be resolved, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Next time you're doing that, make sure you put all those things in. So especially
mention the dimension. That's the issue.
Because that is the key to which you can use KPI. Those are all standards automatically already. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
To be quite honest, that is one of the first assignments that's supposed to be given to everybody who is working, who is learning data governance. This is their first assignment we will give to. But I move very fast in them Olu because their cohort is very brilliant. This is not their cohort. Their cohort is the entire. So really, Olubumi, can you tell us initiative you carried out? Olu?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us the dimension, the initiative you have carried out?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Let me ask you the question. Forget about your CV. I just want you to tell us any data quality initiative or data governance initiative you actually carried out in your present or previous job. And how do you deal with it and what came out of it? Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about it. Okay. My previous workplace here, where we have to do, we have a lot of client base. So while working with the CRM system, I realized that there are some lapses as regards data initiatives, data gathering, data analytics. There are some missing gaps and missing procedures and compliance as regards how data is being used. So once I identified these loopholes and issues, I immediately set up a plan for me to rectify these issues and move forward with the better data plan and how to handle that. So first, I set up a data standardization team where I communicated with my colleagues in our cross-functional team and identified these issues with them and also make them aware of these gaps. The first thing I did was the data cleansing, which I used Power BI software. It's a tested and tried method of cleansing data, removing duplications, and ensuring that data is being modified to a usable manner, such that the data has been cleansed and is being able to make insightful business solutions and decisions. So while after thoroughly cleansing the data, ensuring that missing information are correctly updated, ensuring that the data entry format is being regularized and uniform, ensuring that every data entry areas is being accurately monitored and evaluated to ensure that there's correct input of data coming. I went to work, I tried to move forward to what was called data standardization. This involved the youth ensuring that data that is being processed are in line with the company compliance procedures. I ensure that data ethics is being in place so that people understand the efficacy of the data you're working with, ensuring that there's correct privacy, and authorization when it comes to those who have access to this data. Because I understand that data is very valuable and should not be in the wrong hands. So I ensure that whoever is in position of being in contact with this data, I ensure that it's being put at utmost privacy and ensuring that users' information are being protected and are being kept and safe from unauthorized access. So another thing I did that really helped was setting up data stewards. Those are people who have been made aware, who have been trained, who have been educated about how to properly monitor and evaluate data. So those people were really helpful in ensuring that the data they work with are properly evaluated, properly monitored, and we have what we call notification red alerts to help us understand when there's an error, missing information, or maybe there's been an unauthorized access. That helps us to ensure that whatever data we're working with is being held at high esteem and high regard. And after that, what we did was to do training and empowerment to fellow colleagues and co-workers and team members, educate them about the rules and regulations regarding data, educate them as regards how to ensure that our data is protected, regulate them as regards how to understand when there is an error or maybe when there's a need to address a potential issue that can lead to a risk. So also, whatever findings I did was presented to the stakeholders. You know, I ensure that the way I present my data to the stakeholders is appropriately visualized such that my team members are quite aware as the findings we have found out, whatever decisions we have made, whatever things we have identified, I ensure that it was appropriately visualized and presented to all stakeholders and my heads of department. That way, they were able to use it to make tangible business outcomes and outputs. So much that we had tremendous customer growth because we're able to understand our customers' needs and how to support them at each step of their journey from their first contact with our business. So it really scaled our business growth. It really improved sales drastically to about 20% in the first quarter of the year, which was really amazing. Everybody became aware and our business skyrocketed to making insightful business decisions, and 100% of our business objectives were met because our data was being of premium quality, was well understood, was well implemented, and was well safeguarded. So much that we were able to make adequately use of it for maximum input. And to the end, everybody was happy and they really applauded my input as a valuable member of the team. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Tolu? Tolu,
Yes, sir.
what can you say about what Bumi said?
She's on fire. She's on fire. I need to learn about that visualization from Bumio. She's going towards the technical route, which I really like.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to speed her up. I'm speeding that cohort very fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's on fire. I need that. I need that.
So that's very good. Wow. Amo, what can you say about Olubumi? Hello? Amo is okay. Efe, can you say something about Bumi?
I wasn't hearing her too clearly. That's the only thing. But some of the things that I caught, I think she's quite good, and she's more than prepared for that data governance interview.
Yeah.
So yes.
So, because I have made it clear in their cohort, every day you have to say, you have to do this, you have to do that. I purposely invited her to this cohort, though even people of this cohort, I think they have gone for Christmas shopping. Anyway, that being said, I'm very happy that she told you, to be quite honest, you really did well. I just continue to do it almost every day because I know why it should be that. You should do that, okay? As per technical aspect, I'm sorry, Bumin, that's what I refer to. As per technical aspect to do, we here for it, and we're gonna be dealing with that. But before then, if you want to say something. Hello, Ife.
Okay. Yes. Hello.
Okay, right.
So when I joined my company, I was told I was joining it as I was joining it in a brownfield environment, data governance, but I found that, to my greatest surprise, that it was more of a green field than a brown field. So one of the first things I did was to establish a master data management system. And that involved me creating and managing a single accurate version of master data, such as customer information, product details, etc., across the organization. Because I found that there were so many databases being run by various departments, and a lot of the duplications was going on across most of these databases. There was a lot of inconsistencies, there was a lot of errors, a lot of, so there was no standardization per se. So one of the first things I did was to get all this information into a single master database. And then I did a lot of data profiling, did a lot of data cleansing, validation, and other governance measures to enhance the data integrity. So as soon as I'd done that, I involved all the stakeholders and said, all right, this is going to be this master data is going to be our single source of database across the whole organization. So anything that is not up to standard in this database is not worth using. And this was then cascaded to everybody within the company, especially the key stakeholders, such as the data stewards and data analysts. By doing all this, by centralizing and standardizing this critical data, I was able to reduce the redundancy, improve the data accuracy, and enhance the overall data quality. And this initiative, which I did, enhanced overall the diverse data sources, and that saved the company on loads of money, because I found that there were so many, because one of the ways in which the company thrived was to send out marketing tools such as newsletters to various people. So there was a huge ton of money being wasted there, because they were sending the same newsletter to the same person just because they had various names to the same address. They were sending like 10 newsletters. So you can imagine how much was being wasted on posting out these newsletters, how much was being wasted on getting people to put these newsletters from door to door. So because of this data initiative, which I carried out, having a single management database system, it saved the company well over £3 million. Thank you.
That's fantastic. In fact, Tolu, how do you find that?
Very good. Very, very good.
You know, people come from different places. Bumi, how do you find that? I think Bumi is far away with using phone on the road. That's why she's.
Yeah, I found that really insightful, especially the part of the master management data plan. I think that's really, really wonderful. And I learned something new.
Same here.
You see, tomorrow
Thank you.
you're going to present differently. You have arrays of area to go through. This is very important. If the main people for this cohort, if they have not gone to first teaching has come, there will be different things. So because you know too much around for today, because they thought it won't happen today, but I have to make it to happen. The thing is that there will be presentation like that all the time, then we go in, and then you're going to talk like a professional when you are in the field, in terms of practical as well. So we spend much time on data analysis area, cleansing data, actually really using tools, and at the same time visualize data. And then you also need to interpret the data yourself after visualization. If you really want to, but that's not your job anyway. That's a job of business analyst anyway. So as a business analyst certified myself, I can easily interpret it as well. So basically, when you talk about business analysts and analytics, data analytics, it's almost the same. It's just that there's a boundary when you tell in terms of, work rule and responsibilities. Anyway, you have actually really said a lot. One of the things that I picked from all of you that need to always emphasize on is data protection and validation. Always make sure all the quality analysis you have carried out, all the quality initiative you have carried out has to be protected. And when you talk about protection, you're talking about data privacy and data what? And what? Hello? When we talk about data protection, we're talking about data privacy and data what?
Security.
Security.
Data security.
Yeah,
Security. Okay.
you have to get this too. Because what is the essence of doing all these things? Fantastic, and you didn't secure it, and there's no privacy. Unauthorized person will come in, and you're also going to have risk and compliance issue across at the hour. When I say global context, depends on the legal framework that has been in place in any of these countries. Okay, so it's very important, compliance and security. And also, please talk about, put it on your note, because you're going to come anytime you're having a meeting with me, you're going to be presenting. You can present anybody what somebody has presented before. It's your own, because you are going to be the one having the interview. It doesn't really matter, because I could see anytime if is presenting, if is giving different one. If you tell her to present that, she's going to take it from different angle again. That's how she does. So, and at the end of the day, because she's an agile coach, she's a scrum master, and also she's a business analyst, and she's also data analyst. So she knows how to pay her onions so that it shouldn't enter her eyes. So it's very important, So, and in this place, we are always going to be for you. You can present anybody's own. It's your own. But my ears to hear whether you have done it. So take note of certain things you need to put in your presentation. Of course, you have already said, thank you for the opportunity. You have already said, in my previous role or my first role or my present role, okay, you thought it's a brown field, but you find out that it's a green field. That means more work need to be done. And what did you do? What is the problem? So when you identify the problem, you look at standards, you look at policies. Is it robust enough to accommodate the issues that you saw? If it's not, what did you do with the policy? You develop or you created. So these things are very important, okay? And then talk about the roles and responsibility, the problem you are facing, like what Tolu said, you face a problem of stewards, not even necessarily the data owners, and what she did to mitigate against that, and what has been the outcome of it. So in any of these ones, initiative you carry out, don't forget the tool you use. If you don't use tool, you use there are so many, some company may not have enough money to pay to, but you can easily log in, can use Excel, whatever you want to use to get that done, no problem. But to be quite honest, it's good for you to have understanding of the tools when you are doing a lot of data analysis job, cleansing. So there's need, because I'm going to teach you people how to use Power BI, SQL, maybe SPSS if we can, but that's handling massive data. So very important. How to visualize the same, how to enrich the data as well, or have data integration as well to have a unified data and the usefulness. We're going to do that in practice anyway. So that being said, Tableau is very also important as a tool, but they are almost all these software that are very easy if you know the basic principles of Excel and also in the Power BI. They are not just too far from each other, except that people, companies, and the developers always want to, customize their software to suit their purpose as well. Okay, that is what you could always talk about. If talking about as a result, error will reduce 30% within the space of 6 months, probably in your roadmap, and then that improve customer insight, and also more accurate reporting for business strategic decision making, which of course you do that. That is key. But don't forget about policies. Don't forget about data protection. Always put it there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because today I'm not going to waste time so much because I know people are going for, people are going for
Shopping.
Queuing for turkey. We're queuing for turkey.
Shopping.
We're queuing for the turkey.
yeah. When are you ready for when are you ready for Power BI?
Pastor. Maybe on the 20. I'm off on the 28th. I'm in office right now as I'm talking. I'm working.
Okay. When are you ready for Power BI?
I'm off on the 28th.
On the 28th, what day is that?
That should be. Hold on, let me quickly look at it. That should be on the. Hold on, let me just open my router.
Thursday.
I'm off on the 28th. I'm also off. Okay, prior to the 20. I'm off on 28th and
I'm establishing two groups, so
on
you
the
have to take
30th as well.
28 is Thursday. Thursday, what time? Can we have it from 8 o'clock?
In the morning.
No, in the evenings.
Yeah. 8 o'clock in is fine. And on the 30th as well. And then next year, I'm off on the 12th and the 13th.
Okay. I will just, you have to put your note down. Data analyst in making. Please put your calendar on the 28th.
28th, yeah. 8 o'clock is fine by
8
me.
o'clock standard for a group that will be taken by
No worries.
Engineer Lewis and data Power BI. Only Power BI, we're not going to SQL.
You want to go into SQL, they're welcome.
Yeah, so no, we have to finish one, but they're not too different. Anyway, different.
If everyone could just kindly, I've said before, everyone should download the Power BI so they follow. As we're doing it, they'll be looking at it and doing it themselves.
Yeah,
and
so
have fun with it. That's another way.
everyone here after the training, you'll be able to demonstrate it in another class that this is what you do, how you can extract data, how you can transform data, that is cleansing process, and you can load as well. So it goes either ETL or ELT. So it depends on how it's being customized. And you go as far as the visualization as well. And then let the visualization be seen. You can also do enrichment in it so that people will know. Is that okay, everyone here?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that okay, Tulu?
Yes, so.
28 is not okay for me.
Yeah. It's still festive eve now, Pastor.
Is that okay?
Pastor, if it's not possible, we can still do this next year. It's fine.
No, I wonder if there's somebody who wants to fly this year so that next year.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, okay. We can always repeat it if it's not okay to do. If that day is not okay to it's a 28 by 8 o'clock, 8 in the evening. Is that okay for you to do?
No, 20. That's why I said I'm not available 28. 8 o'clock.
Okay. Are you traveling to Dubai? Are you going to put somebody in pocket? So we have others.
After the 26th, 25th, 26th.
What day is available?
Everything is all relaxation day.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
to be honest, even I have to refresh myself on Power BI to say I want to even.
That doesn't matter. What matters now is that 2 hours. For 2 hours.
On this occasion, the flesh is more stronger than the spirit.
So
I'm okay with
I'm
okay with whichever day is convenient for everyone else.
January.
Anyway,
January,
I'll find that date properly so that I will send it in across the board. Those who are ready for that, because somebody want to fly, and I just want people to be flying. So on that basis,
okay. On the 3rd of January, I'm off on the 3rd of January,
that's
and also on the 6th of January as well, which is the first Saturday.
on the 3rd is Wednesday evening.
Well, the 3rd is Wednesday, I know, but on the 6th as well, which is the first Saturday, I'm off on that day as well.
So will you be okay? Tolu, will you be okay? Will you be okay on the 3rd?
From 1st of January, I'm available, sir. Hit the new
Okay.
year. Hit the new year with new stuff. I'm
Okay.
happy.
No, okay, don't worry.
So that will be the first Saturday of the month of the year, rather.
From
On the
2024.
on the 5th.
No, what I mean on the 3rd.
I mean on the 6th. Sorry, on the 3rd. And the 3rd is a Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday evening.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Fine by
so
me.
we're gonna meet on the 3rd of January. Power BI training from for 2 hours, and on the 6th as well, we reflect the same with an assignment coming. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Is that okay? Olu, can you bear with
On the 6th, I'll be in the air. I'll be traveling.
Are you going to put me in your bag or your pocket? So, but on the third, you'll be able to meet up.
On the 3rd, yes.
But people need to submit assignments today, but some of them are not here. So on that basis, we're going to move it on the 6th if you're not going to be around. So on the 3rd, on the 6th, bam.
Pastor, what assignment is that one again?
Good. All right. No
So
problem.
that means throughout this December, we don't have any classes again.
The practice, you're talking about practice.
No, I said so throughout this December, no class till next year.
No, there's a class for your cohort.
Okay.
You talked about assignment, Pastor. What assignment is that one again?
Not your cohort.
Okay.
So all is well. Okay. Now the remaining time we may have today is because I also need to go to shopping. I'm going to ask some questions, and I need
what are you going to get for us? Should we follow you?
Am I supposed to ask you that question or you ask me?
No, Shebi, you ask us. We want you to not do.
Okay. Now, please get ready for my question. Some people are already sweating profusely.
I asked a question earlier on in the chat button. Well, it's like you didn't see the blanket approach that Tolu was talking about. I don't understand that one.
Okay, Tolu.
What does it mean?
Tolu.
Yes, sir.
Can you enlighten Olubumi on bracket approach?
The blanket approach.
No,
what does it mean?
It's not brackets. Is it bracket or blanket?
Blanket.
It's not brackets. Okay.
So you're not definite with percentage, because in some organizations they always set their threshold, which is part of the dimensions.
Yeah.
So that is just to see where the data can be said to be completed, to be okay for use.
Okay. So it's the company that sets the blanket method, not we that set the blanket method.
No, the company. You said the company used the blanket.
Okay.
Isn't it all that?
Yeah, so on that basis, what it's trying to say, I show you data governance initiative when I created an approach of a threshold between 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 being the optimization. Yep. So what they say that they have a blanket where you meet up with this, then this is how it is.
Is it like a scorecard?
Well, balance scorecard depends on that is a gradual. That is gradual. The thing is about ultimate. This is when you get to here, that is how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they use that to measure the quality, the extent of the quality you have gotten. They use that to measure, it's more or less used as a KPI.
More like a benchmark.
Where benchmark, but you see, when we use some of these technical words, benchmark is about you comparing with other existing company that have been successful in that. Unless you are benchmarking another company, you don't benchmark against your own. Your own becomes a standard. You only get to your own by ensuring best practice.
All right.
Okay. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every company has the way they optimize it. Like, let me open something for you. I'll probably also share it. Okay. Can you see what I'm sharing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You see what the assessment, the data quality practice assessment and project planning tool of it. So these are the criteria. Okay, when you reach 5 is optimized. Okay, so the blanket aspect of it that okay, when you have reached this one, you are in most cases, whether company said it or not, you are the one who need to, whether that is the one, you have to create it yourself. Because like if it was giving a presentation the other time, she made mention of, the system was really, really a lot of gap in it. She was able to establish because she thought it was a brown field, and she discovered that more or less of all those is actually a green field. And she now decided to have master data system where all have the single database. Okay, now you can have that when you don't have a threshold. Tolu, you understand that? Hello?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I was driving.
Yeah. So you can have that when you don't have a threshold to make sure this is how all data has to be in order to ensure data quality. So on that, everything will be based on all the practice components of data that whether does it meet business need, you have a blank, and what about the data governance aspect of it? You create these are all practical aspects. Then what about the role and rules and organizational structure? Is it meeting up with the business need in terms of your data governance? From there the threshold. Of course, you see all these ones. First of all, like data quality skills and proficiency levels are there defined for each role within the data quality practice. Here is one. That means it's just beginning, but it's supposed to be optimized by 5. So first year, you talk about the target of 4. How do you do that in your roadmap? I'm always going to show you. And then why do we have the differential in the gap? Okay, how do we achieve this within 3 years? And why the gap is this? So all these things so it's always a threshold, okay? So depends on how what the company how they operating, and you are the one who need to even say this one if it's not taken, because you're a data governance manager. You will liaise with stakeholders and get sorted out, because before they buy into your program, you should be able to know what you are presenting and how to present them as well.
Yeah, even that is a challenge on its own.
It's so simple, to be quite honest. Now that's why we're training here seriously, both practical as well. Because if you know this very well, it's so easy for you when you are operating the software, Power BI, especially data analysis, when you are doing a lot of predictive, descriptive, and they are very, very important when you're doing that in data analytics. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to ask people a question. Yeah. Okay. It's just going to be based on, I need an answer because I want to close on time today. Okay, what is data governance and why is it crucial in organization?
Yeah.
I need answer from anybody. I need answer from everyone.
Just start calling names now.
What is data governance? Look at the chat box. I put the answer there. What is data governance and
why is it crucial?
why is this so crucial? Why is it crucial for organization?
Well, data governance is the process and procedures, or let me put it this way, yeah. Oh, okay, let me answer it as an interview question. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for having to face your panel this afternoon. Data governance, as we all know, is a set of principles, a set of procedures, a set of process, roles and responsibilities, which is formulated to enhance the strategic and operational efficiency of data in an organization, particularly in a very big enterprise. And why it is crucial to companies is to enable them ensure that data is well managed, well preserved, well protected, well secured, and eventually well delivered to the end users, such that data brings value to the company. It enhances the operational efficiency of the company and makes the company more competitive in a competitive world. Thank you.
Okay. Any other person? This is a very simple.
Data governance allows organizations to ensure that they have processes in place to control data and to assure that they have regulations that are met throughout their organization's data practices for compliance.
Good. Very good. Very, very good. So, okay. I don't know. Bumi?
Okay. To my own understanding, I believe that data governance has to do with standard procedures that surround how data is being collected, data is being processed, data is being used, and data is being disposed of. So everything around data from the period of collection to the end result is what data governance is, to ensure that data is rightly processed, data is rightly used, and data is rightly analyzed. And it's very indispensable because in this time and era where every business thrives on business insights and data to make informed decisions, it's very important because it will help companies, businesses make informed decision making that can either make their business or that can mar their business. So it's important in ensuring that the right talent skill are being employed in a business, because having the right skill set is very important to your business growth. So I believe data governance is helping you to know the kind of skill sets you should bring to the team. And it helps to ensure that your data is in accordance, is compliant in accordance to the GDPR regulations as regards how data is being used and data is being processed. And it's also important to help companies know where their data is, how to access it, and when to access it when necessary.
Iwe, Ogbono. Hey, well done. Well done. So I know it's a simple question, which of course if we give some people time here, they will finish it, and then the person will not have any question to answer again. So I put something on the chat box. If you can get it, is my answer. The answer to the question not limited to what I put on the chat box. Depends on how you can do. You can kind of navigate yourself in terms of answering the question. Anyway, I just put say data governance is the framework of policies. Don't forget, data governance is a framework. You just ask. Scrum is a framework. The Agile, we have Agile methodology. For Scrum itself is a framework. Data governance is a framework of policies and procedures. Make sure these two words appear in there. Ensuring that is managed, ensuring that data is managed, utilized, and protected effectively. That is the key. That's why I always tell you when you are doing your presentation in terms of telling the interviewer about the initiative you're carrying in data governance or data quality initiative, don't forget about the protection, okay? And it is crucial as it maintains data quality. Of course, that is the essence of data governance. It's about quality so that data can have integrity and value. So it is crucial as it maintains data quality, security, see where security comes in,
Yeah.
compliance, that is talking about protection. So when you are doing your initiative, asking no matter how well you say right from beginning, whether brown or green field, whether you whether in your previous role you led a data governance initiative focusing on data quality, trying to resolve issues of maybe redundancy or inconsistency, you must not forget all what you have done, not excluding kind of working across the functional department team to establish policies, procedures, and a solid part of components of the framework in ensuring data quality. Don't forget to mention protection, okay, because of security and compliance, so that you will not have issues, have risk and compliance issues in the future. So, and the benefit of maximizing its value for the organization. To maximize value is about optimization and also follow the best practice as well. That we create profit margin. So if they tell you to go further, you can explain more, but have a simple something put together. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Is that okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. What is the primary goal of data ethics?
That is it.
I know this question was asked.
Yeah, I think you dropped lectures something on it 2 days ago.
Yes, I did.
Remember, I know I read it. Yeah,
I did. That is why I give people. That is why I gave people literature. What is the primary goal of ethics? Of data ethics. Have you heard the word ethical?
yes.
Okay. Whenever you talk about ethical, you're talking about the moral principles, the guidelines that guiding people, behavior, or a set of people, a great set of people as well, to company enterprise alike. So in order to ensure best practice as well. And best practice simply means the best approach whatsoever that is that's superiorly accepted and superior in terms of result oriented.
Yeah.
So anyway, compared to every other alternatives anyway. So the thing is that what is the primary goal of data ethics? You can in your presentation, you can also relate to the following the ethics, data ethics. You were able to set a standard and across the functional department in collaboration with teams, during the awareness, and they buy into it, and then you ensure into your policy in order to ensure best practice. You talk like a professional. You understand? So anyway, since I don't have answer from anybody,
What's the question again?
it's on the chat box.
Okay.
So is that an excuse for you to tell me you don't have answer for it?
What's
What
it?
is the primary goal of data ethics? Because I know you told me that I sent something.
Yeah.
So why are you telling me?
You just answered it, or you just finished answering it.
No, I didn't answer it.
Yeah, because you just said it's to establish that level of standards.
Please copy. I want to copy all this thing because these are real questions that comes in really big when you are employed by big companies and they really want to know whether you are here to do the job. You understand? I work with employers and I know what they do say. So data ethics aims to do what?
Yeah.
To ensure what? Responsible and ethical handling of data. That is very important. Especially when you want to capture people's data. You need to tell them what you're going to use their data for and what you're going to capture. If you don't do that, that is unethical. It can pose risk, non-compliance issues as well. So considering privacy, fairness, transparency, and accountability in this collection, usage, and sharing. I gave a literature to, I sent literature to everyone on this. If you haven't received it, please ask for it.
I have it.
Okay. So do you understand that question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, very much.
Thank you. If it is only to look no problem. So in a global context, it's very important because I know a lot of people are going somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to ask another question. Can you provide an example of a successful data governance initiative in real world scenario? So Bumi, over to you. I want to hear you again.
No.
Or Tolu, do you want to take over?
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, these two people just said they gave a very good present, gave a very good answer initially. They should repeat themselves again.
Yeah, but some people just join that and they need to hear the voice of the data analyst. Okay. Tolu, do you want to talk about it?
Sorry, sir. What was the question again? Is it just data
I
governance?
hope everyone is here with me because what I'm receiving as well as the question again.
We have our mind is.
Don't worry, that's why I'm just doing questions so that we can close it. We can close on time. We're going to close on time. Can you provide an example of a successful data governance initiative in a real world scenario? What I mean, what scenario is whatever you have done before, so it doesn't matter. You can repeat what you did there.
Yeah, exactly, Tolu. Yeah, you can repeat exactly what you said earlier on. Or Bumi.
Quality.
Or if you want to phone a friend, Bumi is here.
All those companies, like all these big companies, like the Asda and all that does regular audits, like audit.
We can't hear you now because it looks as if you are far away. Bumi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Bumi?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you provide the example of a successful data governance initiative in a real world scenario? You can say what you said before.
I think looking at these big companies like Asda, most of them they audits, just like them when it comes to social have agencies that come check all this to ensure that every data.
Sorry, Bumi is breaking up a little.
Bumi, we
It's not clear.
you now. Let Tolu help us now because of your time. Tolu,
Yes, sir.
regarding.
Again, it's all about having a program in place. And within data governance, there should be a strategy to understand the business goals. Within that strategy, there should be policies, because governance involves policies, and the policies help to trust that data. But again, there are different types of policies when having data governance program in place, such as having maybe like a compliance policy, GDPR, to ensure that there's no, again, back to data protection. I'm going off track.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
I put something on the board on the chat box that will help as well.
So in a nutshell, sorry, there should, within data governance, business strategies and goals, organization policies and standards. Yes, that's the one I wanted to remember. There are policies and standards. Standard is how to do it. And then there should be the regulatory part of it, which is the regulatory requirements. This is where the PR comes in for the organization.
Okay.
Like I can say.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So we're taking a multinational bank as a case study, as a scenario, kind of.
Okay.
What happened is that a multinational bank implemented that data governance to unify customer data across various systems. So, for example, we have HSBC here, we have in Hong Kong, we have so there could be implementation of customer, data unification.
The background.
It's various. Let me check where the background issue is coming.
Yeah, the noise is.
Okay.
They should mute.
Yeah, I have muted the person. I think it's the person signing from Nigeria.
Okay, thank you.
So anyway, so when they ask anything of global context, we are talking about something that relating to a company or enterprise organization that is global, and if they have to handle customer data, maybe you are in UK here, you work as a team, a member of the team, or you led a team.
Okay.
So to carry out data governance initiative, basically to unify customer data across various systems. When we say various systems all over the world, in your company, ensuring accuracy and compliance with regulatory standard like GDPR, you can say BESA, or you can say CCPA, if it's talking about America. So if the company, when you're talking about, a regulatory standard like GDPA and CCPA, you're telling you that you're actually really working across the globe. So very important. Mention that because the standard to be unified. Okay, right. For example, if we talk about standard for those who may not really understand that, if your date of birth need to be recorded as DD/MM/YYYY, that has to be unified worldwide. It doesn't matter whether in America you can get a YYYY/MM/DDD. So that format will not be unified at all because it will cause a lot of issues. Then that can be logged in, a lot of discrepancies, a lot of gap, and so you have to standardize for everything across the globe. Okay, when you hear the word global context, the real world scenario is about global context. Is that okay?
Yes.
Good. This question is very important. Please, I want answer I want answer from this question. I'm going to ask. That shows it. So why is obtaining informed consent crucial in data collection?
Why is what?
Can you see it? Can you see where you are, Omo?
Why is obtaining informed consent crucial in data collection?
There are many reasons for it. One of it is making sure that whoever you want to get that information from, consent from, understands why you want it, why and what you want to use the information for. Two, it's also you have to respect the person whose information you want to use. Then again, yeah, those. I think those are the
Yeah, thank you. When you say many, so I was waiting to learn more.
Is it something along access rights, sir?
Well, you're already having access by having a discussion with someone, and because you want to obtain someone's information. So
Yeah.
what is having consent from him very important?
But Pastor, you already answered the question during your conversation already now. You answered this question already.
I think I need praying for. Okay.
This question you asked, you already answered it already before. And it was just 3 valid points, which is security, compliance, and maintaining data quality. Those are just the 3 major points on it.
Okay.
Which question? Is it the last question that you put on the?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't. So I would say we obtain informed consent for some reasons. Transparency could be one of them, because if I know what my data is being collected for, then I would know. Then I would consent to it being used or not. For example, lots of times we see that when you click on some websites, they will say consent. They will say consent to all or do not consent. I don't know if you see them.
They don't, madam, they don't explain what they are using your data for. They just say consent. They don't explain what they are using it for.
But they're always two. There are always 2 different points. Either you click on the consent or you click do not consent.
Exactly.
A lot of times I click do not consent a lot of times because I'm not sure what they're being used for, because I don't have time to go through all the small lettering on that thing. The handwriting is always too small for me to start going through, and they're always a lot. So I just click consent.
I think the governing body is conducting those rules in regard to all of this consent. They know it's a long, lengthy policy script, which no one would like. A neutral person will not want to go through them, but they say paste it there. You have to pay it by rules. You have to paste it there before you collect that data.
For me,
and people just save up
the
the thing and just say accept.
But most times I just say do not use is what I put put down most of the time. So
but they do have other mechanisms against that. Sometimes if you don't comply, you can't move forward to the next thing.
I find that when I put do not use, or when I tick the box for do not use, I still can go on to the next thing.
Okay.
That's what I find out. Yeah. So it really depends on
so much. Thank you so much.
It really depends on the
article. Do you know that this question is more or less number 2 or 3 question when you are to go for employment as a data governance manager in an insurance company?
Okay.
Insurance company, they ask this question a lot, especially on the writer job as well within an insurance company. You know, they deal with people's data. So they ask this question: Anyway, as you said, do you know that this is one of ethical question? Because we that are in the field of data, governing data, managing data, we're supposed to know. Those in the field collecting the data, if they don't know, great awareness for them.
And it also, when it comes to cases like when it comes to legal cases, it mitigates any legal or
That's correct.
any kind of risks that might be associated because
With it, yeah.
Because you could easily
compliance
say
issue, yeah.
So you could easily say my data was used without my consent, and then that will lead to legal issues or the legal.
The question they're going to ask, the question
I'm going to ask you now, my pastor, is there exceptions to this rule?
Exception to the rule will only be there when somebody has the incapacitation, and there on that basis we have lawyers, we have barristers here. I can see there are two barristers here. I can see here. Well, one from the United States and one from here. So
I was going to say, especially when it comes to like the NHS health issues, where they always say, can we give the information out, or we cannot give the information out because of XSY reasons.
Yeah. So our barristers here, if you can give us the real answer to that in terms of, is any exceptional case?
I think the only exception would be a situation of, like Pastor said, incapacitation. If somebody is incapacitated, there's always a next of kin. There's always somebody who has the power of attorney over that person to be able to get consent for the person. Sometimes it's a bit difficult if it's a family situation and two people have power of attorney. If two people have power of attorney and one person is dissenting, then you have issues, and those kind of matters are then referred back to the courts. And I think that's the same case for the UK as it is in America. But the truth is, most likely, there will be no treatment if consent is not given. Again, consent can be waived if it's a life-threatening issue and there's nobody there to give that consent.
Wow.
That consent can be waived.
I don't know.
I'm answering the question based on the NHS point, medical points, or from a medical standpoint. If consent is needed, there's nobody to give that consent, and your life is at stake. Consent will be waived.
Yeah, but Pastor, you know, they have loads of situations whereby even customers are not fully aware of what they've agreed on with companies in terms of services and all of that. Like today, I had to treat an issue and I had to remind the customer. Being a broker with Aston Martins, the customer wanted the car recovered to their home address. And what they agreed with Aston Martins, within a certain distance we can cover. And the customer kept insisting, and I had to remind the customer that, and as in when the customer was talking to me, I've instructed you people, take it to my house. I'm like, excuse me, sir, what you agreed with Aston Martins, now I have to remind them. Sometimes they say, no, do as we like. And these are celebrities I was talking to a celebrity. And he was insisting. He said, I said, okay, if you need this done, then you're going to have to speak to Aston Martins directly. But I cannot act beyond the policy on what I'm looking at right now.
I think what will happen is that we're going to create a section of this legal issue properly.
Yes.
So everyone here,
and that was when the customer had to calm down. And I said, okay, at the moment, this is the only dealership that is closer to you at Aston Martin that can address this issue for you now. But they insisted that the car be taken. And these are VIP clients.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. We see what barrister Eno herself from.
I think too that we should not see such policies as law binding, kind of as if it's a law that has been enacted that consent must be sought. In terms of
no, I don't know. Subscribe to what you say. because honestly, let me be very frank with you, Omo.
Yeah.
Everything, every work in this world, everything we do in this world, whether in any profession,
Yeah.
right? Legal is number one.
Yes.
Number one. So nothing past legal, even in the Bible.
True.
This is how it is. Nothing. Now that's why they call the barristers. Thank God we have two powerful ones here. One is from US and one is here. The barrister, we call them my fellow learned colleague. So learned, it's not a joke. When have we been an engineer calling ourselves fellow learned? Because these people, they know everything. Every single profession, they are in it. They will tell you your own profession as an engineer, your own profession as a lawyer. So standards, regulations. So how can we? No, we do not agree with you on that. So when you talk, that's a very brilliant question.
No.
Can I
I'm
just
saying that.
about there are two issues that I picked up here.
Yeah.
One is to do with consent, and the other is to do with agreement. And these two things are very, very crucial in every profession. Let me give you a case in point. When I go to the US, I purchased some furnitures when I was living in a particular state. And so I moved from that state. So because I was making those payments, I did not even bother to change my address because I was making payments anyway. That was a direct debit thing. And then I realized at some point that obviously it was my error because I did not read, which is really bad on my part because I was supposed to do my own due diligence. I did not read the part of the agreement. There's a particular clause in the agreement which I did not really follow. And Americans are very crafty with things like that. They'll put it, as everybody else, they put it in very small print. And so I missed it. And then I realized later that instead of paying maybe a certain amount of money, I had paid double that amount. And I'm going to still continue paying. At least by the time I finish, I'll pay like 3 times of that amount. And I wasn't happy about it. So when I called them to try to see what I could do about it, maybe get an early payoff date and sort things out, they refused. They were just very adamant. Oh no, you signed this agreement. Da, 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 da. I said, okay, no problem. And this is where consent is very, very important. I was praying about this situation, like, God, how do I get myself out of this thing? And of course, God knows how to set Pharaoh up. So what did they do? I made a payment to them last month, I think. And then they went to my account and they took another payment without my consent. And that was the trap that got them. So I called them back and I said, you went to my account and you took money out of my account without my consent. I am going to take legal actions against you. Trust me, they will not find any funny. Because the law states that if you're going to take somebody's money, you must have their consent. So consent is a very, very crucial thing. You understand? It could be 2 cents that you took that will land you in big hot water. You will not be able to come out of it. So what happened was they got the people to call me and they tried to explain their way out of it. Oh no, we didn't see your initial payment. Our system was messing up. I said, I don't care what your system was doing. What I care about is that you went to my account, you took money out of my account, you deprived me from paying my other bills, you cost me, extra XYZ. I'm going to take legal actions, and that's all I'm interested in. So they were rolling up and down, sending people to call me here and there. And eventually they said, oh, we're going to escalate the matter. So instead of me paying them $2,700 to tell you how consent is great in this town or in this country, they made an agreement to say, okay, pay us $400 and we shut down the account.
Pastor?
That's what consent is. So and the issue is they don't want it to come out that they went to somebody's account and took money, because if I sue them, I can get way more than that.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to differentiate between agreement and consent. Agreement
yes.
you sign. Sorry?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Pastor.
Hold on. I know people are on fire now. I want to tell you what I learned today. To be quite honest, that was really brilliant. I hope everybody is learning that.
But Pastor, looking at the legal side of things, this consent we're talking about, we have to be very clear on it. You see, while I worked for the AA back then, I noticed there were instances whereby when customers take on a contract, for instance, and they agree to the terms and conditions, people do not get to read the whole content of the agreement, the policy you've agreed to. Like this thing they talk about direct debits, there are also conditions surrounding it. For instance, if you we had a young driver who was added on the what's it called on the father's policy, and that driver had an accident. They were at fault, and the father refused to disclose that they didn't disclose the points on the license initially. It was a young driver. Now, when this accident came out, for no reason, I don't know, but that was due to delay from the other insurance where they were before, we later detected it. And we found out that even the son that he's bringing on board, he failed to disclose that. Now, do you know the implication, the ramification of all such issues? Now, they gave him 2 conditions. You're not only going to, he was on a direct debit initially, now they changed it and said, and he refused at first. By the end of the day, I handled that issue. I told him what that was about to happen. He refused to pay the money, and I said, look, there are 2 things involved. He stopped the direct debit. I said, even if you stop the direct debit, we still have the right to go in there and take the whole money. And it happened.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I can tell you.
No, it's from the AA part, not me.
Yeah, that's
but it was what he
that's what I'm
agreed
saying.
to.
If you listen to me, it would have been better that when a barrister was speaking, you should have listened very, very well. I learned something from that. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm using that to deal with issue, as I have seen now. To be quite honest, what that company have done is wrong because it may have agreed, but no concept for them to continue to take money when, as a matter of fact, that individual is supposed to have given them, put them on notice that if they don't resolve the issue, it will leave them with no other alternative than to stop the direct debit and also institute illegal proceeding, which they may be.
His argument was that he didn't drive the car.
Hold on. Anyway, where the thing is that the bottom line is that from what we are learning now today, we need to, because we are in a position of governance and we're in a position of management, we have to be careful what we do say, what we do right to people. Well, before we move on, Barrister has put earlier at 12:57 that today, London time, that also in a case where there is illegality, consent could be waived. That is something that is big. Maybe if we have time, we can deal with that. And he went further and said cases where informed consent can be waived in medical fees. He put this there, so you can go through. You can we're here, so let me mute you. So please take note of those things. Copy whatever is on the screen and make sure you use it. I had wanted to close now, but I know it's getting too much interest in the time I'm about to close. But maybe I'll just put one more question and I close for today. What are the key components of a robust data governance framework? Key components of a robust data governance framework. Tolu. Tolu has gone to go and key components, please. You people should.
Quality, compliance, and oversight.
Oversight, key components. Good. All right. Key components. More people. Repeat.
Quality, compliance, and oversight.
Those are the key components. Okay. Can go beyond that as well. It is possible. Who are the people to do there? Okay.
My list.
A components. So I put something right there. Components include data stewards, clear policies, not just policy.
Yes.
Define rules, metadata management, data quality, measure data quality, control and compliance adherence. So one of the things is that we also oversight. I show you the other time when I was doing data quality initiative management and planning tools, and oversight is already there. You might be used to other things, but oversight is very, very important. Oversight and communication, so data quality agencies are reviewed, assessed, and approved by a governing body. Controls exist to oversee adherence to policy and procedures oversight. Very important. A repeatable, escalation process in place for managing and resolving data issue quality. So that is what Tolu was talking about last time. This oversight and communication is very, very important. You can also talk about the data quality program educates the organization or the enterprise and stakeholders to benefit data quality. And then there are ongoing frequent communications to create data quality awareness across the enterprise. Oversight is very, very important when it comes to key components of a robust one. I didn't just say data governance framework, a robust one to accommodate the complexity of data you're actually handling. On this note, I'm going to say thank you for coming today. Happy Christmas, New Year in advance. Anyway, probably we're going to meet before then. What do we say? We enjoy ourselves today.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Wishing you the same.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. We'll talk back. Yeah. So I'll see you next time we meet. Well, thank you, Barrister, Barrister Manuel. And thank you, Rumen. Thank you, Princess Noble. Thank you, Olubumi. Thank you, Tolu. Thank you, Louis.
Okay.
Thank you, Efe. Thank you, Amo. Amo. See you next time. And bye-bye for now.
Okay, then. Everyone, goodbye. Cheers.
Bye, sir.
You don't want to go now, so it's finished.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and a wonderful, prosperous New Year ahead.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas from my side to everyone, and a prosperous New Year.
Rumen.
That I'm at work. That's why I
I
couldn't.
can see, yeah.
Sir, do you normally share the video, the recorded one?
Yeah, I share it in a way because it's on YouTube, so I can share the link.
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Just refresh from our data analytics. That's
Exactly.
Yes,
was good insights. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Bye-bye, everyone. I hope you enjoy yourself today, Tolu.
What did you say, sir?
I said, I hope you enjoy yourself today.
Oh, very well, very well. It's just everything coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be more than that. You're going to be champion. You're going to be champion. You see, normally when I train people, I made the people to also train right here so that they know how to present in where they are, like as if they are the more than a champion. You understand?
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Okay.
See you all. Bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
I've not gotten my messages, so.
You haven't gotten your messages?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've changed your email address. I'll send you the new email.
Yeah. The other one was working. I wonder why.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why it bounced back to me. I can forward it to the new one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Maybe I'll do that in the next 2 months.
I'll be very far behind that. I've forgotten everything.
All right. Right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Then.
Yes, sir.